Welcome back to Put You On. My name is Michael. I'm here with my dad.
Hey everyone, it's Mike.
And today we are listening to Madvillainy by Madvillain. This is the collab album between Madlib and MF Doom.
Oh, yeah.
I told you about it when we did the first one.
Yeah.
And you were really excited to hear it. So
Yeah, Doom was fun.
yeah. So I know you loved that album. So I
did.
don't see how this would be any different. So the only difference obviously is that that one track I was telling you in the last one that was produced by Madlib, they end up making a whole project together under this alias.
Pretty cool.
So this came out the same year as that album, which was 2004. It was like 8 months later or something. So they came out pretty close back to back. And it's kind of sort of known as like a very iconic hip hop album, like in general. Like if I were to think of like the top 15 most iconic hip hop albums,
Really?
it would definitely be up there. I think
wow.
it's considered that by a lot of people as well.
That's
it's very,
interesting.
very highly regarded. I think I told you the last time that like whenever Madlib does a collab project with an artist, he'll like combine their aliases together to make the name. You know, because he's a villain because he's supposed to be Dr. Doom. And then Madlib.
You saying alias or alias?
I don't know.
Alias. Like A-L-I-A.
Oh, did I say Elias?
Yeah.
Really?
That's a sports bureau.
Oh, shit. Now I'm watching too many sports, I guess.
Alias. It's
Alias.
like,
Yeah, why did I say
AKA, also known as.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, 2004, same year as the last record. He came right back with this.
It's a long time ago, man.
Yeah. So the first track is called The Illest Villains.
And it's held up over time, I guess.
Yeah,
it's
very
still
well. Yeah.
legendary.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, heavy back and forth.
As luck would have it, one of America's two most powerful villains of the next decade
is turned loose to strike terror into the hearts of men. To shock women into uncontrolled hysteria.
Don't touch that! Your mother was the lightning!
Two historical figures, outlaws and desperados at that, the villainous pair of really nice boys who just happen to be on the wrong side of the law.
I mean, that is such... so bold.
Yeah.
I think, in having it as... like, I thought he was even going to transition into some
Just that
music,
as the intro, yeah.
But just having that to set up their persona, you know, and really being all into it with the, you know, the crazy sounds and the cuts from all these old movies. I mean, it's really bold. And so you can tell it wasn't just a flash in the,
phase.
in the pan.
Yeah.
He just, you know, this
he
is,
comes
he's
right
all
back
in.
Yeah. So this is the first real track 2, which is called Accordion.
Really using the accordion right away.
Living off borrowed time, the clock tick faster. That'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick Dastardly and Muttley with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. ICE Cole, nice to be old. Y2G Steve twice to threefold. Just keep your eye out like I capping. Is he still a fly guy clapping if nobody ain't hear it? And can they testify from in the spirit? And living the true gods, giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords, and they hold the mic in your attention like two swords. Slip like Freudian, your first and last step to playing yourself like accordion.
I mean, you again, bold in that you wouldn't even imagine an accordion and calling it accordion.
Yeah. And the loop of the
constant playing of it, but then towards the end saying playing yourself like an accordion.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
very topical of the things of the day, like Bowflex. That was huge. I actually bought one, and it just ended up,
It was that exercise thing, right?
Yeah, it's all resistance bands, but they made it look like it. You're going to get shredded. And
Yeah,
it just absolutely became a clothes hanger for wet clothes and shit. Like after we did the laundry.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I guess it's a little more of a mellow cut.
Yeah, his voice here. Yeah, it's still smooth.
Yeah. This is going to be more
use of poetry, I'd say.
Yeah.
More use of the rhyme.
The third track is called Meat Grinder.
Frank Zappa. Yeah, he was wacky for his time.
Sounds are so crazy.
Tripping off the beat, kinda dripping off the meat grinder. Heat niner, pimping, stripping, soft, sweet minor. China was a neat sign of trouble with the script digits. Double dip, bubble lip, subtlest midget. Borderline schizo, sorta fine tits though. Porter wine, order grind, 8:45, let's go. Ever since 10-11, glad she made a brethren. The worst hated god who perpetrated odd favors demonstrated in the perforated rod lavers. In all quad flavors, large savers. Still back in the game like Jack LaLanne. Think you know the name, don't rack your brain. On a fast track to half sane, either in a slow beat or that the speed or at the cane. Laughter, pain, doing songs lit in the booth with the best host. Doing bong hits on the roof in the west coast. The cold hand reaches for the old tan Elises.
Jeez. I mean, there's... I thank God you had the lyrics up on that one because
ripping.
Holy cow.
Look at that.
And you're right, it didn't sound like he was really, I mean, it sounded in the beginning like he took a big breath and then just let it
all fly. That song is so good. Those, I mean, this long rhyme schemes that he carries out for and bending of words.
It's all about so far the music is, I mean, it was a good bass, beat loop being looped, but the focus was on the lyrics.
Yeah, he stands out.
I mean,
it is a very crazy beat though, with the little guitars getting cut off. It's like someone's keeps cutting it short. So good though.
The intro there is by Frank Zappa. Sleeping in a Jar. I mean, this guy was his music at the time. They put him in the rock category. He really wasn't. He was very outspoken and I guess you would say experimental for his time too. Everybody looked at him as kind of out there. He named his daughter Moon Unit Zappa. She's still around actually.
Oh wow.
But very spacey music, very synth and irregular beats, just you might say it wasn't even music, if you wanted to say, oh, you want to hear this music.
Yeah.
He was more experimental, so
kind of fits.
I'm not surprised that he would
pull that as a sample.
It. Yeah.
The next one is called Raid.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the debut grand opening of Madvillain Bistro, Bed and Breakfast, Bar and Grill, Cafe Lounge on the water, where we offer you the finest of the finer things.
How do you do?
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365
How do you do?
days
How do you do?
a year. Live on the beats, we have the one and only Madlib.
How do you do?
And I'm your host, the Supervillain. Just lay back and have a good time, enjoy the music, you know what I'm saying? I like to dedicate this next joint to my bands, Big Hookie and Baba from the Laundromat.
I mean, that's crazy, man. It's like, what is this? I mean, it's definitely, I find it hard to take him, all that serious. And I wonder, would that offend him? Like, would it offend him for, again, a casual listener or someone just checking him out? to just find it to be humorous and laid back and just, you know, like what's your angle, man? Like I would love to have asked him.
Yeah. I think he made music for himself, but because of his like all these like concepts and comedy, I think he wouldn't be offended either way, however you took it. I think he would just be happy that you liked it in any sense.
Listened.
Like if you wanted to, if someone like me who's like obsessed with lyrics and
breaking
writing and
things
stuff,
down.
you could really take it seriously and listen for the schemes and, you know, consider him very seriously. But if you're just listening casually and, you know what I mean? I don't think either way is like the wrong way. I think it's just if you the music sounds good. I think that's what
I guess because we've had like a break, you know, for a while and getting back to now like lyrics and rap, you know, hip hop and rap type. Yeah. I'm more inclined to go back to my what does this mean as opposed to just But he's really he even
this
tells
song
you
kind of helps you chill out.
Just lay back, relax. You know, I got my man from the laundromat.
Yeah, he's bringing you into his fantasy little.
It's exactly
world.
like it. Like it's fantasy. It's total fantasy.
The next one is called Raid.
Yeah, you're right. It has that whole jazz feel.
How doom hold heat and preach non-violence. He about to start the speech, come on, silence. On one starry night, I saw the light. Heard a voice that sounded like Barry White, said sure you're right. Don't let me find out who tried to bite. They better off going to fly a kite in a firefight during tornado time with no coat, then I caught ya. Wrote the book on rhymes, a note from the author.
I forgot there's a feature.
Yeah, it sounds like Daffy Duck.
Yeah, now, how man hold heat like Clint Eastwood reborn. Leave a with more holes than the dartboard. Haters watch him, Hennessy, double shot and drink like the answer to the problems that the bottle's bottom. Do or die, ride, how the tip return, street turns. Keep me in this dirt like an earthworm. What he spit hits and burns with brothers ever learn. Word for word, champ with a nerve, meeting adjourned.
Found that one unconventional, definitely. So now, like we're what 5, 6 in to the album, and I'm wondering, right? So his flow is buttery, definitely, and he talks about it. I just don't know where he's going. You know, it's just maybe I should just listen for listening's sake. So in that case, there was less music there other than letting it ride out a little bit more longer at the end than the other ones.
The next track is called America's Most Blunted. This is featuring Quasimodo, who he referenced in Bistro. He referenced like the team of people.
Yeah.
So Quasimodo is basically Madlib's other alter ego.
Okay.
Called Quasimodo. And then there's also going to be a feature on here called Victor Vaughn, who he also mentioned. And that's MF Doom's other alter ego.
Like open the bruise up and let some of the blues blood come out to show them. Then come out to show them, come out to show them.
Bad weed right there. Listening to music while stoned is a whole new world. Most parents consider it important as second only to sex. And grass will change your musical habits for the better.
America's most blunted. Soon as you start sleeping, catching you off guard.
Quaz, when he really hits star mode, never will he boost loose Phillies with the barcode. Or take a whole carload on a wasted trip. Or sit wide out lace tip from tip with you. Some rather baggies other like they cracks and vows. Catch a tag, roll a bag of swag in the back of mouth. Off spike to your surprise, turn a Newport light to a joint right before your eyes. Tear a page out the good book, hear it how you want it.
America's most blunted. I'm the kind of stupid from the station.
I sparked the lot.
But don't with speed, the trees will see. Quasimodo crew,
we get killed. The most blunted on the map.
the one Astro Black in the alley with a hood rat. When you try to react,
Even your pops got smacked.
AJUANA. Marijuana. Marijuana.
Yeah, I guess it's better stoned here in that one. Interesting. Funny. I guess at the time, America's Most Wanted was probably very popular, so he just changed that up.
Yeah.
Wild.
Do you think maybe the lyrics are throwing you off?
No, it's just
like trying to read them.
No. I mean, even if I didn't read them and just listen to it, I mean, it sounds, it's still avant-garde.
Maybe we'll try no lyrics. I think that would help. The next track is called Sickfit.
I think I'm getting it now. I think it has more of an 80s feel for me, even though it's 2004, 3, 4. Yeah, it feels very 80s. And not that that's a bad thing, but yeah, 80s were rough for me. You can even hear feels like an old record being played, like an old vinyl record. Didn't like that one.
Yeah, I think. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to play it.
Yeah, it was. I mean, sounded off key, very slow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not my favorite either, but I also think that like it makes sense why you wouldn't like that off first listen. I think it's a very challenging, not challenging, complicated song, but a challenging listen. It's like kind of feels a little off and
it does.
A little too slow.
Yeah,
and the beat never really fully. It's kind of like distant from you, like you're kind of like, what's happening?
Yeah, it feels like watching an old Batman.
But like the TV's on the other side.
Yeah, and I'm struggling to hear what's the volume. It's
very strange.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean that's his thing, but I don't. I
not clicking.
I don't see that conquering the world. If that's if that was his intention. I guess being very underground has its own underground followers.
Yeah.
This is about as underground of hip hop rap that you could get.
You know how JPEG and Danny did the whole
I was gonna say
speaking on it directly, just scaring the hoes.
It's making me feel like
when people have those conversations, his name is very frequently. Like you're not playing this in the car.
This is having the feel of the original JPEG that we listened to.
Challenging your ear a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I started with high expectation because you said it was, MF Doom.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, but maybe hooking up with this guy maybe wasn't the best collab for me right now, but we'll see.
The next track is called Curls.
Villain get the money like curls. They just trying to get a nut like squirrels in his mad world. Land of milk and honey with the swirls, where reckless naked girls get necklaces of pearls. Compliments of the town jeweler, left back now schooler, trying to sound cooler. On the microphone known as the crown ruler. Never
I still hear that
when we said we found
record
the moolah.
vinyl
$500 laying right there in the street. Now let's try and get something to eat. He asked the teacher if he leave, will he pass? His girl is home alone, he trying to get the... If you wanna sip, get a paper water fountain glass. How I'm supposed to know where your mouth been last? Hand so fast, it can outspin flash. Known to smoke a whole mountain of hash to the ash. Boom, bass, leave the room with the stash. Assume it's in a smash, doom, get the cash.
That one at least had a little more imagery for me of something in class, you know, being younger. I can remember them telling us not to drink from the water fountain, to get the paper cup, because, you know, you don't know where your mouth, someone else's mouth's been.
Yeah. Doing that more thing where he like brings you into his
a little bit.
brain a little bit. Yeah.
And I guess, you know, just using his way of getting that out there. But the record scratching, the vinyl is adding something to it. I'm not sure what it is. It's at least on the past couple tracks.
Like something to the feeling of the album, you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
The next one's called Do Not Fire.
Yo, if I was tripping listening to this, man, I'd be fucking.
Yes,
I'd be having like, I'd be reaching for somebody to hold on to. This is like, you don't want to listen to this alone.
I'll just let it go. And
wow, that was it.
Yeah,
that was. Oh, that one gave me.
It's
flashbacks.
a little eerie.
Yeah, that was creepy.
Yeah,
I felt like a bad trip.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of those tracks either. Woo. That just goes right into Money Folder.
Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. After you whose last is doomed, he's the worst known. That'll have your boom blown or either thirst bone. Rockets won't burst, clone, just don't curse the groan. On his own microphone, bring it everywhere he go, so he can bring it to you live in stereo.
I mean, he's very clever with what he's doing. This isn't
very calculated.
It's not just random samples, random
don't mind me,
mashups.
For 2 or 3 heinies, and boy was they fine, G. One black, one Spanish, one Chinese. It keeps the woody shiny around like a pine tree. Don't sign me, I'm about to get a mill without him. And just like he said, I could have told you. MF, the holder of a boulder, money folder.
Such hard drums.
This is better without reading it, because I'm picking up my own way of
taking it
just
in.
Hearing what he's saying, as opposed to trying to process the pen on the paper. I mean, when we were kids and maybe even younger, and you had the action figures, and you would be in your room like
making this.
He must have either been like the greatest kid to be with, to do that with,
or just total introvert,
or total introvert, and just was like watching his movies and cartoons, you know, nonstop. But a vivid imagination to be able, as an adult, to go back to a time where, and then maybe even use it in your music, to take these snippets of how building a comic book, even, or a comic series. He totally committed to the characters, whether it be Quasimodo, MF Doom, Villain. I mean, all the way to the mask point. It's it really shows a talent there that I'm not quite sure. He seemed very content with what it seems like he's very content with what he was doing at the time. And I guess you're right. Whether it was underground, mainstream, whatever, it seemed like you said, like if I could have talked to him, he probably would have. I think this is one of these albums where you just look at it as art.
Yeah. The next track is called Shadows of Tomorrow, and it's also featuring Quasimodo, which is just Madlib. You'll notice that like kind of high pitched voice in that one that had Quasimodo. It's just Madlib.
The way he
just tweaking
brings
his voice.
that in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
today is the shadow of tomorrow. Today is the present future of yesterday. Yesterday is the shadow of today. The darkness of the past is yesterday, and the light of the past is yesterday. The days of yesterday are all numbered and some.
The music is different here. The vibrations are different. Not
like this one.
Planet Ray's sound of guns, anger, frustration. There was no one to talk to but Planet Ray, to understand.
Anything which is ended is finished. That which is perfect is finished. The perfect man is no exception to the rule. The perfect man of the past is made according to the rule of the past.
Do is to consider time as officially ended. We work on the other side of time.
Yeah, I mean, that to me felt very like an extremely intelligent person breaking something down to me.
Yeah.
And whether it was or not, because I'm not familiar with what's being said, the way it's being said, which is very interesting, right?
Yeah.
That the message, the way it's being delivered, makes a whole lot of difference as to the way you perceive it.
If someone was just standing there and saying those words, it'd probably wouldn't be the same.
Probably wouldn't be the same.
This.
Yeah, but
in the song,
right? It sounds like super intelligent.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool lyrics. Like,
yeah, but it feels, you know what I mean? Like it feels like some big revelation that tomorrow is today that you worried about yesterday. Now he could have said that 17 different ways, or he was repeating it. I couldn't tell, right? Because I wasn't looking at the lyrics.
Yeah,
so that made that flow.
It's like enticing,
very special.
I mean, it took me into a time portal. So I guess it is a song that just sucks you. It kind of feels like your brain's being like.
It's got to be because of the guitar riff.
It's like a frequency or something. The next track is called Operation Lifesaver, aka Mint Test.
Loud, caught me off guard. I went to breathe out, then she made me cough hard. Contacted God and let him know to slip to him. Fine, and how are you doing? Can I get you a drink? This one's a shoe-in. Awkward situation that I'm on a mission to ruin. Her big button smile was like camo. Hit up the men's room, we need more ammo. I hope she don't take this the wrong way.
Are you with it? Yeah! Okay, let's go. You know what to do. The whole world's watching and counting. And all you people listening out there.
Do you hear him?
Everybody, everywhere. Hang on, hang on, hang on!
The official adventures of the Magnificent.
Yeah, so, right, that was nothing more than, a guy doing the breath test.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Rapping to a girl and just doing the Lifesaver.
That's just so cool.
Yeah, just trying to make something more of it than really what it is. It just all dawned on me. I was watching this show with Mom last night, and they went to see a play, and they went to a restaurant after to talk about it. And the husband was like, wow, that was such a great movie, talking about, Jesus' dilemma with, being a homosexual and, his life, and the wife was like, really? She said, I just thought that was about a boy and his dog, and how he felt sad. And they got into a big argument. He's like, no, I get paid to review plays. I'm telling you, this was deep stuff.
Yeah.
And they turned around, and the guy that wrote the play was sitting there having dinner with his wife at the restaurant. And they were getting into a big argument, and the couples they were with were trying to change the subject. The wife goes over and grabs the playwright and brings him over, and she says, oh, that was such a great show, Mike. Would you mind just telling us, like, what, in your own words, like, what is the play like really about? And the guy, and he's like, and the husband was just waiting for him to expound all these words. And he said, well, when I was really young, I had this dog, and it died, and it really affected me. And he stopped, and she looked at the husband.
That's great.
So, I guess I found myself being in that same position. Like the temptation is there to
pull apart,
want to do more and be heady with something.
Yeah.
When it's just a fun song about a guy checking his breath.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
I mean, it's tough going from Taylor Swift to this.
Or anything.
Really, because those were a lot of
Kendrick,
deep conceptual songs and connections and
feelings.
Yeah, this is just
I'm putting sounds,
the whole environment in your brain.
Yeah.
The next track is called Figaro.
chest is empty with no brain, but the clever nerd, the best MC with no chain you ever heard. Take it from the Tech 9 holder. They bit, don't know they neck shine from Shinola. Everything that glitter ain't fish scale. Let me think, don't let her faint, get Ishmael. Man me the dough rake. Daddy, the flow make her fatty shake. Patty cake for fake. If he wasn't Nita Baker's man, he'd take her for her masters. Hit it once and
that was very clever.
Oh, thank you,
patty
man.
cake. If she wasn't Nita Baker's man,
sign the poster. A whole host of roller coaster riders. Not enough tracks. Hot enough black, it's too hot to handle. You got blue sandals. Who shot you? Who got you? New spots to vend. As he gets older, he gets colder than a witch tit. This is it, make no mistakes. Where my nigga go? Figaro. Old beats in my rhymes attack. A scary act, all black like Miss Mary Mack. Wait till you see him live on the piano. Doom sings soprano like una dociano. My mama told me.
That was pretty fantastic. Yeah, I mean, that was a great flow. That was fun.
Oh my God.
That was fun.
It's just non-stop.
See, and again, I to me, it's so 80s. You know, I don't know how old he was in 2003. Or 13, I'm sorry. What, 3 or 4?
I think he was like a little bit older than you, or maybe around the same age as you. I mean, not when he died, but in general. He was 33 when he made this
what
album.
age?
When he made this album in 2004. He was 33.
So he definitely was around. It just has that feel, man. I don't know if anybody else can relate, but
so he's around your age then. Not that much different from your age. So that makes sense.
Yeah, it feels like he's just going way back to the very roots of, you know, very fresh rap, looking for things topical.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And short of that, let's just grab some names and bring those in because those rhyme.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing really political going on here. No big statements, no depression.
Yeah. That's what you were saying with the first album. I remember just saying that.
Yeah.
It's just him.
Just skills, man.
Showing off his skills.
Oof.
The next one is called Hardcore Hustle.
Jump on the track with the hardcore hustle. With the busload of niggas, this time we brought y'all muscle. Wild Child's the one to uplift most, and it's confirmed. So tonight, let's bang this Madvillain music till it's adjourned. Who rushes in head first with the full force of a ram? Blessed from the start to keep uplifting progressive art. To come out and uplift words, take verbalistic leaps to the next splurge. Concoct dope, poetical.
There you go, progressive art. That's what I would say this album.
Yes. Mental was tame to get over in this musical game. When the Madvillain breaks your dome, you'll see. Your interval depth was written for those that slept. We took 100% unpredictable steps. Say what?
He's at the dentist, I guess. I'm only kidding. You can hear the heartbeat in the back and everything.
Yeah.
But,
that's a crazy track.
Uh-huh.
And again, no
good feature.
No MF Doom on that.
No, good feature.
Yeah. Short too. A
yep.
minute.
It just, I mean, I'll say it again. It feels older than the time period. He was very influenced by
the vintage comics and shows.
But being able to pull these samples in, incredible where he finds them.
The next one is called Strange Ways.
Wreak havoc, beat this mad traffic, sleek and lavish, people speak and leak it to the maverick. He see it as just another felony drug arrest. Any day could be the one he picked the wrong thug to test, slug through the vest. Shot in the street for pulling heat on a father who babies gotta eat. And when they get hungry, it ain't shit funny. Paid to interfere with how brother get his money now. Who's the real thugs, killers, and gangsters? Set the revolution, let the
So a lot more rapping now on this later track.
You can see the sky again. There will be the chopped off heads of Leviathan. What's the difference? All you get is lost children while the bosses sit up behind the desk. It costs billions to blast humans in half into calves and arms. Only one side is allowed to have bombs. That's like making a soldier drop his weapon, shooting them and telling them to get to stepping. Obviously, they came to portion up his fortune. Sounds to me like that old robbery extortion. Same game. You can't reform them.
That Mary was going around with an old...
Incredible verse.
It's done?
No, I'm just stopping it before the, the little commercial section.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I mean, now it's got everything in that one, like political commentary, a great beat, great. I mean, he's rapping with intensity now.
Yeah, yeah. And doing that beautiful thing that he does of taking two kind of seemingly unrelated topics and melding them into one.
With the harmony going on in the back, too.
Yeah, that's just,
pretty.
When he locks into that, like storytelling.
Yeah, keep it going. Come on.
Well, no, I was just stopping before the little...
Oh, it's an outro coming or something?
Yeah, like with the different sounds and stuff. Because I didn't want us to lose the...
Oh, no, the meat
message.
of it?
Yeah.
Shit, there's no losing that.
The next one's called Fancy Clown.
See what I mean? It just has this, put your sister on the phone, like, no one says that. You literally have to go get your sister to hold the line and hand her the phone.
There's been a place for you in my heart since we first met. A teenage love that didn't feel no hurt yet. My boys warned me you was poison like BBD first cassette.
And it feels like Smokey Robinson.
Gave up the skirt, now I gotta hear from the street. How dare you drag my name in the dirt and cheat? You could've broke it off, ended it and dipped. And if you spoke soft, we could've still preserved the friendship. I'd rather waste it or give it to your girlfriend. She did let me stab it last week while you was working. Remember our vacation out to Maryland? I duped the maid Carolyn. She made me throw the towel in. Like all foul men, the time I hit your mom's off, I told her knock it off, but she had to set the rocket off. Ready and prepared to be stomped in the ground.
Now, subscriber, we've got to punch you up, so please stand by.
So that came across like as a little bit of a flex track.
Really?
Well, no, I shouldn't say that. More of a macho message, I think.
Well, that was his response to her cheating on him. Was him saying that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's more of a macho. Not that it broke his heart or anything. I'm saying, you know what I mean? Like it was his.
I get what you mean.
Yeah, it's just a message of, you know, I'm not going to take that. And by the way, I did this too and that too. And you better tell this guy if I see him, you know.
Yeah. I still see it as like a very like upset song though. Like he's very bitter about it. I think it's like kind of fake.
Yeah, but not. Well, that's what I mean. Machismo. It's like
right. Yeah.
He's
putting on.
He's bothered, and instead of expressing the hurt emotion,
I'll fuck him up.
Or whatever. And by the way, I did this to your girlfriend. I should give her that anyway because I tapped her too, and your mother. You know, it's like I'll say anything to just save face.
Yeah.
As a guy.
Yeah. The next track is called I.
Heavy heartbeat.
Yeah. Good bass.
Pretty ethereal.
Yeah.
With the voice, almost sounded like it was being played backwards and forwards a lot.
Yeah, that's another like super trippy sounding.
Yeah.
Spaced out.
And I mean, there was a song, I don't know what year it was, but it was like maybe late 70s, early 80s called Heartbeat. And it was, you know, it was a female singer and it was like, dum, 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 heartbeat. And fly. He could
I could hear that.
I mean, this was more funky, but and then it breaks in the middle, and it's still on the heartbeat. Yeah, the more modern rap listener like you guys,
yeah, I wouldn't
age,
pick up on that.
But for me, it's very reminiscent of a throwback
of a time.
Yeah, and he's doing it sometimes, and then other times it's
different.
Comic book,
yeah,
character. But this one, he basically gave that song to her.
The next one's called Supervillain Theme.
Go get it done.
See, so right from that to
yeah. This is really short. I'll just let it go into
okay.
All caps is the next track.
And now you're in the next room.
So nasty that it's probably somewhat of a travesty having me. Then he told the people, you can call me your majesty. Keep your battery charged. He know it won't stick, yo. And it's not his fault you kick slow. And he won't stop till he got the masses. And show them what they know not through flows of hot molasses. Do it like the robot to headspin to boogaloo. Took a few minutes to convince the average boogaboo. It's ugly, like look at you, it's a damn shame. Just remember all caps when you spell the man name.
Wow. That there's no doubt for me that he could, if he wanted to, put it to something very contemporary and have it be, catchy and not quirky.
Yeah.
But he's going out of his way to
not
use that piano to pound out something. But his buttery delivery, and I even love the way he says it.
Yeah.
Butter.
Butter beat.
Yeah, but then he goes, verse. Your mother. It's like, I mean, that was like such a common rank. I don't know when you were in school, but when we were in school.
I still hear people say it.
Oh, I was like,
I think it's making a comeback.
Your mother. Oh my God. That's all we used to say.
That's a more aggressive flow from him.
Gotcha. Right?
I would agree. Not as like laid back.
No, I would agree. Yeah.
That's a little more direct.
Yeah.
The second to last track is called Great Day.
Wow.
I was just too damn old to MC. Looks like it's going to be a great day today. To get some fresh air like a stray on a straightaway. Hey you, got a light? Nah, a Bud Light. Mad lays the bass like the race card. Villain on the case to break shards and leave a face scarred. Groovy dude, not to prove to be rude, but this stuff is like what you might put on movie food. What is jalapenos? Get it like a whooping when you holler at your seniors. Dollar, he can overhear the hashish fiender. He just came from over there, the grass is greener. Couldn't find a pen, had to think of a new trick. This one he wrote in cold blood with a toothpick. On second thought, it's too thick. His assistant said, Doom, you sick. He said, true through acoustics. Psycho, his flow is drowned in Lowry seasoning. With micro power, he's sounding right reasoning. It's easy as pie, 3.14. One more, one fall smooth, and they done for.
He's good, but he's funny, man.
He is funny.
It's he really loves his food.
Oh yeah.
Lowry seasoning. That's like, the stuff that's the powder and all the
yeah. The packet. So good though.
Yeah, he just got that vibe going again, the jazzy vibe in the back.
And the keys just going all over the place while he stays on beat the whole time.
And the image of him just maybe like walking down the street, experiencing different things. Hey, why is that cat wandering around? And hey, man, you gotta like just strolling around for the day.
So this is the final track here already. It is called Rhinestone Cowboy.
Final
hold a
bow.
cold one like he hold an old gun, like he hold a microphone and stole the show for fun, or a foe for ransom. Flows is handsome, O's in tandem, anthem, random, tantrum, phantom of the Grand Ole Opry. Ask the dumb hottie, mask, pump shotty, somebody stop me. Hardly come sloppy on a retarded hard copy. After rocking parties, he departed in a jalopy. Set the stage with a goal to have the game locked in a cage.
See, I mean, it's so basic, but it's like
overthrow it like throwing over a biscuit. A lot of bitches think he's overly chauvinistic. Let go his dick if that's the case. Racks with a waist, there's more cats to chase. Oh, my aching hands from raking in grands and breaking in mic stands. Villain, the smile stun your chick while he put himself in your shoes, run your kicks. You heard it on the radio, tape it, play it in your stereo, your crew will go ape shit.
The gangster villains which rival real newspaper headlines of the present day. Collectively, they are the components which have fueled nightmares for decades to come. The villains.
Yeah, so like the beginning of the album, right? It opened with this description of what's to come.
What the villain is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how they formed, and now it's the end describing, you know, for years to come, they were always there.
And how they were regarded by the public.
So you have to listen to this album as a, you know,
a piece.
As a piece.
Yeah.
It is. It's a work of art.
Yeah, it's...
So I can see what you're saying as a underground masterpiece. I get it. It's progressive art, and the feature who said that was nailed it.
Yeah,
that's a very good description of this music.
Yeah,
whether you find it danceable, funky, I don't know. I can't do that. But to look at it as a piece is can give me the appreciation that I need to enjoy it.
Yeah, and definitely with any kind of album like this is one that I think takes many listens and revisits, and then it starts to grow and
chat,
change.
Right? I mean, you must get a lot from exchanging forums and things like that,
or
right?
just
Where
with friends even.
That's what I mean.
You know,
what's your take?
What do you like?
Right.
Why do you think this album's good? Or
and am I so off that I'm hearing something different than you are, or are we both on the same?
But it's definitely more experimental than, at least in its sort of overall concept. And like the food thing is very easy to follow, and it's 100% like every song all the way through is like relating to food or ties into food.
Right. But this one I get was more about the partnership of the
Madlib.
Yes.
And
Doom.
Yes. And what he brings with his sounds and what Doom brings with his
And
styles.
in between, you might hear something from me, might hear something from him. We'll throw in another feature here and there. There might be a little 30-second interlude. So yeah, it's like a, you know, like a tripped out Broadway play that's on vinyl. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's a great description. The sample selections and the weird snippets and the weird breaks and all that stuff.
He broke the door down for that.
Like this was someone very early on. Like if you have to think, this is the same year around.
I can't believe
when
it.
Kanye was first starting with his first couple albums. So think about how insanely different like Kanye's early
polar
work.
opposites. You were going to say,
like,
I agree.
And one was way in the mainstream, and one was way in the dark.
Yep.
Because what sound is just
it's all radio
more appealing.
driven.
And,
right.
So this is just something.
Did he just have the 2 albums?
No, he has a good amount. He has like 6 or 7.
Really? Okay.
And even some full albums also under these. Like he has King Ghidorah albums, which is like
interesting,
an evolution of his villainy.
Yeah, quirky. I think it takes an appreciation for being like a bit of a loner, a bit of a TV file.
Yeah.
A bit of a kid stuck in front of a, you know, like I said, he must have either been like a great kid to hang with, you know, for imagination of your little action figures, like, oh, I'm the Megadon, or, you know, or it's like, you know, that kid's in his other world, man, leave him alone. Yeah, just leave him alone.
But yeah, I know a lot of people wanted to see this. I'm sure a lot of the rap fans want to see.
Cool.
But yeah, it would be cool to hear where
I'm
you
interested.
found Doom and where you found this album and how you heard it. Did you like it right away? Because again, you could also imagine too, some people have been listening to this for 20 years.
Right.
If you had been old enough and been a fan at that time. So I mean, people have had way more
experience.
Time. Even then, obviously, I would either.
Yeah.
I never found it till I was older.
Yeah.
I came out when I was a kid. So
yeah.
I'm sure it's a whole different experience people have with that. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. Thank you for listening. And we'll see you next week with a new album and a new video.
Peace out.